Hey guys, the Geo Dudes here, Jason.
And I'm Rob.
And we hope you guys are enjoying these little sit-down videos. We were kind of changing it up a bit, so getting the hot months, so we figured we'd just sit down and talk to you guys. So there was an article posted recently on 12 things that only geocachers do, and we thought we'd kind of go through them. They're kind of funny little gags, and we thought we'd talk to you guys about them and stuff. So I'll just kind of cut right to the chase, go down the list for you guys, and me and Rob will just kind of discuss them.
Right. Go for it. What's number, is it number 12?
Number 1. Point out the location of geocaches as they pass them in a car. All the time.
I know, I mean, when I go over to my friend Mitch's house, it's just, a couple miles down the road. Remember that one that we did with the cemeteries, the multi-cache? Mm-hmm. There's a stop sign. But if you look back in the older videos, we had to text the number to get the additional coordinates to go to the next point. Every time I passed that, and again, that's like maybe a mile from my house. Oh, there's a geocache right there. There's a and then there's another geocache maybe, 600-700 feet down that street. I always point that out. Or if we're going another half mile to east of me right now, there's a geocache by our friend Mike's house. If you remember seeing Mike in some of the earlier videos, there's a little electrical box.
That one, yeah. Every time I'm in the car,
every
time I'm in the car with her, anywhere I see a spot, I was like, "There's a geocache there. There's a geocache there." And she just always laughs at it, and I'm like, what? Can't help it, got it out of my mind.
And even if you haven't found them, like you're sitting there like flying nearby caches.
Oh, there's times where I know if we're going, she's going shopping one day, and it's like an outlet mall outside or anything like that. Geocaching.com app. So I always do that all the time.
You're looking.
Number 2, linger for an unreasonable amount of time in the Tupperware aisle of a supermarket. Kind of, sort of, but not as much like this Tupperware in a supermarket, but it's the clearance aisle in like stores like Target, Michael's, and like Hobby Lobby, and I'm looking at anything that could turn into a geocache.
I can speak to that too. There was a couple boxes on sale, like these little Jubilee box type things, a little cheap, about $4 or $5 a piece, and really the weather in Arizona really wasn't conducive to placing those. But I was kind of in that same mindset. I was like, oh, you could fit a logbook in here, you could fit a business card, you could fit this and that in there, and you could kind of place it with a couple rocks. Same thing, you're always looking, you're always thinking of different things. So even if it's not within your particular theme, like we do a lot of Mario themes, so we order like the little question mark block or the mushrooms, things like that. But just anything, right now I'm looking at a water bottle that's off camera, and I'm thinking you could bury that, put a logbook in there, and just whatever tradables that you want. Anything really, your mind can turn it into a geocache, whether you're creative or not.
Yeah, all the time. Give directions to other geocaches using caches as point of reference. For the most part, that happens, I feel like, often to where we'll go geocaching area and you'll say, isn't that by that one cache or something? Or like, we'll be on a mountain and like we'll see another mountain, I'll be like, that's where the CD cache is, or we always have references to other geocaches we found in different areas. Not so much talking to other cachers, because we're the ones always caching together, but there's always a reference somehow, somewhere, where we see a cache that we already found and pointed out in reference.
Right, and most of our references are from, again, every other video, to probably 2-3 times in this video already, Buffalo Ridge. Half mile from us, everything is Buffalo Ridge. That's where Buffalo Ridge is where we got our start. And that's the other thing I was going to ask you is, since you upgraded to the $29.99 a year premium membership, are there any other ones that we need to?
There is a couple that we missed because we didn't have premium until now. So we may have to do a return when it's cooler, because it's too hot to go there. Right?
It's April, it's 90 something degrees. So look for that. We're going to go back to Buffalo Ridge. But yeah, again, just kind of referencing, like you said, the CD cache is over there, or this one's over, yeah, love it.
Run out the door wearing pajamas to be the first to write on a piece of paper. What they're referring to there is to being a first to find, which is a very difficult thing to do because there's so many geocaches out in the world, but now I figured out, and I'll have to show you, there's a way you can set up notifications on geocaching.com with your account to where you'll get emailed when a geocache posts. And you can pick it within a certain amount of miles radius from an address you put in, whether it's your home address, your work, or like anywhere specific you want to put. And I get constantly now emails within, because I picked within a 10-mile radius of my parents' house, which is 51111 area. So it's kind of general where I work, by where I actually live, in just a general area. And all the time getting them, and I'm just like, there's one I could have been a first to find for, and I'm kicking myself because I didn't do it. I was sitting down there at dinner with Amy, and my phone buzzes, first to find, or no, a post student, and I'm like, this cache is literally 2/10 of a mile from our house. And we're a mile, we're like a 1/10 of a mile from our house. So we're 3/10 of a mile away from it. Why? I'm like, I wanted to leave, but we were just now getting our dinner, and I'm like, I can't think about geocaching.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, see, that's something new. And that's gonna be something we're gonna challenge ourselves with, no doubt, going forward. Is the first to find.
Yeah, first one, a piece of paper.
Right. I mean, up until now, we've really just numbers, 24 and 24, 31 and 31. That's really been the aim of our focus. But definitely, first to find is going to be really awesome. I'm looking forward to that.
Number 5, care less about whether their vacation hotel is close to the beach, restaurant, shops, and more about how many geocaches are in the area. Yep, we're probably planning to go on vacation here soon. I'm kind of trying to figure out where to travel to and stuff. And I was looking at Colorado, and the first thing I started looking at is like the most favorited geocaches in Denver area. And I'm telling Amy, she's like, what are we gonna do there? I'm like, well, I found one geocache with 280 favorite points. Why are you looking at geocaching right now?
Why not is a question you should ask.
Why am I not?
Right. You know what's funny is, I know Jason just recently went to Vegas, but I've been to Vegas one time. That was back in 2013, 2012. I can't even remember. It's been so long. Planning a Vegas trip here in sometime June, July, sometime, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna look along the route, like the different cities, because where I'm at in Phoenix, you go up through Kingman's kind of the halfway point. So, through Kingman, through Wickenburg, things like that. Try to find what geocaches are there, and then even while you're in Vegas, what are the geocaches? It's not all about walking up and down the street drinking your Bud Light. No, for me, it's gonna be geocaching. How many can I find in Las Vegas? Because that's gonna be the other cool thing, is to find something out of the state. For me, again, Buffalo Ridge, half mile from my house. That's all I know.
Buffalo Ridge.
Everything's Buffalo Ridge, that's all I know. So to kind of find something way out of my way, like 500-600 miles away in a different state, I think that's gonna be really cool. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, if you do go to Kingman, make sure you go stop by our mushroom Waluigi twin that's posted up there. Because if you guys saw the Kingman episode a while back, I visited Kingman on my way to Vegas, and there was our little Waluigi twin mushroom, and he had instead of us just putting him in underneath rocks in a pipe, he glued gravel rocks across the mushroom part, so it really camouflaged it. And I thought that was the craziest, coolest thing ever.
Oh, that's cool. I have to check that out. I did see that solo video. I think it was just actually the other day I watched that. Yeah, watch it on videos. So yeah, I'll definitely have to check that one out too.
Randomly check trees, guardrails, lampposts, skirts, just in case there's a cache hidden there.
Hold on. You know what? Where was I think it was somewhere today. Yeah, I was going to get my taxes done, and I had parked. I always like to park either right up against the curb or a light post or really far away, so less chance of somebody dinging your freaking door. And it's just habit for me now, for the parking grabs, to grab those light pole bases and try to lift up on them. A lot of them are kind of bolted in, but it's natural just to try to lift them up and see if there's something
or you're just
there.
Or you just kind of get that mindset of there probably could be a cache there, and you look up and there isn't, and you think, I could put a cache there. So I always just say on your way over here to your place, I saw a spot along the freeway that's kind of got a turnoff road, and there's no business, no housing or anything. You could place a geocache there. So maybe placing a cache there soon.
So yeah, you're thinking, okay, the magnet, what am I going to do? How am I going to keep this alive? Yeah, so it's like your mind is always going back to geocaching. This is just going to be a magnetic one. Am I going to go home? Whatever it is. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking at light poles. I'm looking at little bases of them. Can I lift it up? Is there something magnetic there? It's always your mind is just constant. I'm even looking at a light pole right now that's in my yard, and I'm thinking, I could place my own geocache right there in my own yard. It should make for a lot easier maintenance.
Yeah, you just walk right out to your street.
Right? I mean, literally, it's in my yard, so I wouldn't have to go anywhere to maintenance that. So I might do that, but we'll have to check that out. But more to come. So if you're in the Phoenix area, watch for a geocache.
Just don't bother him.
Yeah, just don't bother. Don't make him knocking on my door.
Number 7, not know the actual real names of many people they count as friends. Well, we would say we met a lot of geocaching or other geocachers in the community. We need to attend more events that way and do that. But I watched actually quite a few people on YouTube, and I don't know them by their names. They'll say their names in the videos, and I always know them as their character names on the videos and stuff, like the Premium Hunter.
I've met a couple geocachers out there too, unfortunately, with a lot of DNFs. And I was out there when I was doing the Real Slaughter with the Raptor series just this a couple weeks ago. Some lady was, stopped. She was with her mom, and she asked me, "Are you looking for a geocache?" Just like that. Remember that one lady off 7th Avenue? Are you looking for a dog? And it's funny, you get the craziest questions. At least this time, somebody recognized, what geocaching was. So that's kind of cool when somebody says, are you looking for a geocache? Or I used to do that. It's really neat to be able to kind of just rebrand the hobby and rebrand the product, and even us as a team, let somebody know, hey, check out our YouTube channel.
Yeah, here's my business card.
Yeah, here's my business card. Hey, check it out. That's always a lot of fun. But it's cool to know that it's recognizable.
Number 8, put the prefix geo on far too many words.
I don't know that we do that.
No.
Yeah.
I almost was gonna name my dog after geocaching.
I mean,
If she was a boy, I was gonna name her Cash. It would have been great.
Geo dudes.
That's about it.
Yeah, really.
Geocaching.
Well, that's already.
Well, that number ended fast.
Yeah, number 9.
Number 9. Shout at the TV. There's a cache there when you see a familiar ground zero.
I don't know.
No, that's never happened to me.
I watch a lot of animated stuff, Bob's Burgers, so I don't know how many geocaches are.
I'll watch the news, but they have yet to post any areas where it'd be funny if there was like a big crime scene and oh, there's a shooting at this place, and they'd be like, there's a geocache right. That's terrible, but.
Well, what would be a really fun game is to watch the news for wherever there are shootings and then try to search for geocaches around that area. Kind of sick, but funny.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, what's the next one?
Number 10, set up elaborate photo shoots for metal dog tags attached to key-rings, soft toys, plastic figurines.
That's very specific. No, we haven't done that. Next.
We're really getting into this.
Number 11.
Oh, this is definitely gonna be you probably right here. Number 11, find pens, pencils all over the house and car, as well as in the pockets of every coat and bag. I sure do lose a lot of pens when we go out geocaching. This is why I had him in one video recently you guys saw it. I make sure he gives them back to me at the end of the day.
Hey, you know what though? Even though I give them back to him, I still give them back to him with a missing cap, something. I somehow still mess it up.
Number 12, the final one, buy particular food brands just for the container. Kind of sorta I did for a little while. Message in a Bottle series, which I'm probably gonna start putting those together, which is the cache I put up north. I've been buying just large jugs so I can keep them for geocaches.
You said jugs.
Grow up.
I'm 30. I'm not grown up yet. I've never bought particular food brands for that. I'm not that creative. I can think of cool, clever things like Geodudes or Waluigi. Really, this guy's pretty much the brainchild behind the different types of caches and the creativity with that, like the Be Kind Rewind. He's got a big background in film. He was actually the brainchild behind that. He's creative. He can do things like that. For me, I can come up with witty, cutesy little names. But again, actually constructing a geocache, that's kind of outside my scope. I really kind of try to help out where I can. But to buy a particular food brand to come up with a geocache, definitely not. For me, I'll look at Amazon, I'll look at eBay, I'll order something that's already pre-made.
That's your food brand, is anything on Amazon?
Yeah, anything on Amazon, because it comes right to your door. If it's a Mario series, okay, so I know that I want to do Rainbow Road, I want to do Star, whatever. I'll order something and I'll come up with a cutesy name for it and a little backstory for it, and then there you go. That's the extent of my creativity, but big props is good for your Be Kind, Please Rewind. That really ties in his passion for film and kind of what he does for a living. Very, very creative, the name and everything. The extent of my creativity, again, just extends to a witty name or just sort of a play on words. So this guy is really your brainchild behind the great geocaches.
Well, with the two of us combined, that's where we get our team and how we can come up with the great ideas, whether it's caches, designs, names. We're always texting back and forth ideas for geocaching, or I'll send him an idea and then he'll just bounce off of that and come up with an even better idea. We came up with Crush the Cache from a quote from a professional wrestler thing, right. And we always used to make fun of it, just goes crush, and and then finally we're just Crush the Cache or whatever, and then I was like, we should do that as our catchphrase, Crush the Cache. It just clicked. It
just stuck. So if you're a big wrestling fan, you'll kind of know the origin of that, and But yeah, it's stuck. And hopefully we don't get sued over that one. I don't think you can.
Nope, because we did it first.
Yeah, we did it first. I mean,
it's caught on too, which is funny because like I got coworkers that watch the videos, they'll come by and see me, they'll be like, crush the cache. I'm like,
well, that's cool. You got that one guy. That's
yeah, and John Fear is always like messages me. He's like, crush the cache, bro. I'm like, that's right, crush the cache. It's gonna stick to people to where we see fans, and then they're gonna be like, crush the cache. We could say back to them. So it's kind of one of those cool like things you can just kind of communicate with one another with.
I mean, that's the thing. So we're a little WWE. We're
nerds.
We're a little Nintendo. You know, we're a little jock. I mean, it's whatever. So, but we have a great time with it. So that's the end of the list.
It's in the list.
It's in the list. All right.
Thanks for watching.
So then, until next time, we are the Geo Dudes. Crush the cache.